Try to incorporate the yin and yang in each meal, and that can be a lot of different things. That can be crispy, soft, chewy, bitter, sweet, sour, tangy versus spicy. But what I love about this is you have the spice of the curry powder and the spices that are in the peanut sauce. But then you have the sweetness of the coconut milk, the sweetness of the sweet potatoes, and the sweet red bell pepper, the sweet onion. So you have that yin and yang there. It's a sweet and spicy and a very savory meal. And secret ingredient coming up, and that's gonna really top it off and make this bomb. What's going on, guys? Jacob here, coming at you from beautiful Northern California. Had to remember where I was. Megan and I are currently on a travel nurse assignment here in Northern California, and it's a Sunday night, and I'm gonna cook some food. So tonight, I'm gonna cook a dish that I personally love, and you will love too if you like Thai food. Megan and I went to Thailand in 2019, and we fell in love with Thai food, and when we got back, we craved a good curry. Obviously, you can buy curries at your local Thai restaurant that are typically pretty good. They're also pricey. I like to cook. It's a hobby. I like to be able to cook at home, and it can be more economical. So I set out on a mission to find a way to make a curry that I personally enjoyed and also was easy to make. When I was in Thailand, I took a cooking class on how to make a traditional Thai curry, and let me tell you, it is difficult. There are a lot of ingredients that go into a traditional Thai curry, specifically making the paste. And it's actually very difficult to get your hands on a lot of those ingredients unless you have a really good Asian market nearby. So what I'm gonna show you can be bought at Target. Boom. So you can buy these things at Target, you can get the ingredients, and you can make this dish. And I promise you, if you like curries, if you like Thai food, you're gonna like this dish. Stay tuned. The beauty of a curry or a stew, soup, whatever, anything like this that I personally love is you can put whatever you want in it as long as the base is pretty much the same. So whatever meats, whatever vegetables, it all kind of works. And each time you make it, it might be a little different, but if you use the same base, it's gonna pretty much taste the same each time. So first off, the number one ingredient in this is this right here. If you can see that. All right. So this is made by Good and Gather. It's a brand that you find at Target. I've tried some of the other ones. This basically says, you can read there, Thai peanut sauce. And here's the deal. This stuff is really, really good. This is the main, what I really love about this is if you see right here, let's see if I can get it to focus. It says medium heat. Okay. That is important because a lot of them are just mild and whatever, and this already has the heat built into it, which also has a lot of flavor. So this is my main base instead of a paste or whatever. This is what I use for the curry. This is the best stuff that I found. For me personally, I've tried a lot of different stuff. Obviously, you're going to need some coconut milk. Okay, this is also Good and Gather organic coconut milk. For this particular, I use 2 cans. You're also going to need some curry powder, okay? So I'm just using some General Oil McCormick curry powder here. Pretty much basic curry powder. They have most of the same ingredients, coriander, turmeric, cumin, stuff like that. So yeah, get you one of these, you're going to need it. And then I have some chicken flavor bouillon. Basically, you can use chicken broth, chicken stock, whatever. I just have the bouillon powder, this particular brand. If you want to see, what is this, Nor? Yeah, so you're going to need some of that as well. And when it comes to ingredients, you're probably going to want to eat this curry with some rice. Jasmine rice is the best Thai rice, usually a little bit sticky, it goes best. You can cook your own rice. However, I literally love this Good and Gather from Target. Also makes basically quick cook jasmine rice. Comes in these little pouches. It's super cheap. It's super easy. And what I really like about it is I can cook this at the beginning of the week, and then I can just buy a couple of these, throw them in the microwave whenever I'm ready to eat, and bam, I have some fresh rice for my meal. And that's what I like to do through the week. I want to go over the ingredients really quick. Once again, you need your protein. I'm using chicken, about 1.5 pounds of whatever meat you prefer. I'm using chicken, that's what I like. And then your vegetables. I'm using 1 onion. You gotta have an onion. Onions really bring out the flavors and everything else, so you gotta have an onion. I recommend 1 whole sweet onion. I'm using 1 whole sweet potato, a couple other smaller golden potatoes, 1 whole red bell pepper. You can use whichever bell peppers, but red bell peppers are the best for me in this meal. It's sweet, it's what I like. I'm gonna use a bell pepper, a couple carrots, and lastly a zucchini. Now, I don't always use the zucchini, but my wife really likes the zucchini, so I'm gonna throw the zucchini in just to give it a little bit more, little bit more color, little green vegetable in there. And yeah, so once again, what I love about these curry, soup, stew type meals is as long as your base is the same, you can throw whatever you want in there and just cook it up. It's gonna come out good. So let's get to it. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I'll do here, and at the very end, we will add the secret ingredient. And so you guys stay tuned for the secret ingredient. And I'm not just saying that, it's not just clickbait. This is truly the secret ingredient that I found that really sets it apart and makes it really, really, really good. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how we do this, and you're going to like it. So once I have my ingredients ready to go, I've got my vegetables chopped up. I have my chicken basically with a little bit of olive oil and curry powder. I'm gonna go cook it on the grill really quick. I prefer to cook it on the grill. Gets a little bit of that charred flavor, you know, adds a little bit more to the meal. You can boil it, broil it, bake it, whatever you want to do to the chicken, but I'm gonna go run out, cook it on the grill really quick, and I will be right back to finish this curry. So basically, after you cook your chicken, it should look somewhat like that right there. Nice and yellowish golden and with a little bit of grill marks. So I'm going to basically start with, we're going to be cooking 2 things at once. This pan, this is going to be what we use to saute our vegetables, and this pot is going to be the ending pot where we put our curry and we really let it steep, and this is where the final product will be here. What I'm going to do is, I've got just a little bit of olive oil in each one of these pans just to get started. And first things first, you want to start by putting your hardest vegetables first. So, because they need to cook the longest, are the carrots and the sweet potatoes. Carrots and sweet potatoes are definitely the hardest. And then you have the regular potatoes, probably a close second, and lastly you have your zucchini. And you know, you can throw them all in at the same time, but your zucchini can get overcooked, and so can your potatoes, and you want everything to kind of be cooked the same consistency, and you also don't want your really tough vegetables to still be tough. So in order to kind of have everything turn out right, I go ahead and I start with putting my really tough vegetables in this pot with a little bit of olive oil and kind of get those cooking a little bit. And okay, and then you really want to saute your onions and your peppers. Now, so here's the deal. The onions are most important, so I'm pretty much going to do them separate. You get your oil hot there, throw those around. Just out of habit, I'm going to go ahead and throw a little salt and pepper in these. You don't really have to, because there's going to be plenty of seasoning in the rest of the dish. Let those cook there. How about this? That curry powder I told you? You can add it to anything. That's the beauty of that seasoning as well. Most of the spices actually used in curry powder are fairly mild. So you will see as I go through this, don't be afraid to be liberal with it, especially when we get to putting everything in the pot. You can be liberal, and it's kind of going to be a season to taste. So. Alright, so in the meantime, I'm going to add just a little water to our pot here, just to give these vegetables something to start steaming in and softening up. And we're going to start, this is going to be essentially the beginning of our stew here. Again, don't be afraid. Go ahead and throw some curry powder in there. That's okay. And also, while we're at it, we can open up our peanut sauce, and let's throw a little bit of that in there too. And basically, we're gonna use this to create the base here that will essentially add the flavor to all of our vegetables and to the rest of the dish. It's hilarious. I love how when I'm cooking and I'm talking like I'm some professional chef. You watch a couple cooking shows, you think you know what you're doing. Funny. See? Total professional. Okay. So, basically going to let that start steeping there. I'm actually going to throw the lid on this, which will keep in the steam. It'll really start softening up those vegetables. And next, we're going to, I'm going to do quickly saute my peppers and zucchini just a little bit. Actually, quickly saute my peppers just a little bit. I could have done my peppers and onions at the same time, but it's okay. Okay, so, open that up. Throw my peppers in. Because remember, this is going to continue to cook for a while here. So, alright, so basically, I am finished with this. So I will move my main pot to the front burner because this is mainly what I'm going to be working with here. Alright, time for the zucchini. We'll throw the zooks in here. And now is where the magic happens, as they say. So first of all, I'm going to really season these vegetables with curry powder. So we'll do this. And we'll mix all this up. Now, this is the part that is definitely seasoned to taste. So, but my experience, once again, is most curry powders are fairly mild, and so you really want to add a lot to it to really get that flavor. At this point, I'm also going to take a little of my chicken bouillon, and once again, this is just adding flavor. This is your salt and everything else that tastes good. Now this could probably be that's probably one of the least traditional ingredients, but I've just found that adds something to it. I don't know what it is. It probably makes it Americanized. This is definitely not, this is not how they do it in Thailand per se, but it is a curry. It does have curry flavors, and I personally think it's really good, very savory, and especially when we get to the secret ingredient. I'll Just add a little more curry. So, once again, I'm really cooking my vegetables here. I'm getting my vegetables fairly cooked down. It is at this point that we're going to start adding the rest of our mix. So, Thai peanut sauce. Dump it in. It's going in. And next, we can go ahead and add our coconut milk. The cream is really what it's about. This is really what makes a curry a curry. It's the one constant in all of these curries, and that is the lovely coconut milk. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 cans. And I am brewing. I am just all about medium heat here. I just want to let this brew. You want to let those flavors sort of just seep into everything. Now, I can tell you, gonna add some more of this. Once again, don't be afraid to be liberal with the curry powder. It is, at least for me, it is mild. You can't quite hurt it with the curry powder, so don't worry. Let's see. So I'm back. I have just washed my hands, and I am going to break this chicken up into the curry with my hands. So basically, I am just going to pull it apart. Alright, so I have my chicken in here. I'm going to mix this up. Maybe cut the heat up just a little bit. We do have a lot of substance and liquid in this pot now, so it's going to take a little bit extra heat to get it up to where it needs to be. I can already see though it's looking really, really good. It's got some really good aroma. And basically, at this point, you just play it by ear. You want to cook until your vegetables are soft, and you know. So this is going to take probably. I'm going to let this stew for a medium heat or so, medium to high heat for maybe 10 minutes here. And I will put the lid on it, and we'll come back in a minute and check it. Stay tuned. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so here we are. Time for the secret ingredient. We're still brewing here, but we're getting close to being done. And we're gonna add the secret ingredient, and I'm telling you, this makes it. Secret ingredient is Jeff. Okay, no, seriously, creamy peanut butter, dude. This will make your curry bomb. Okay, so basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you here in a second, but we're just gonna scoop, 2 or 3 spoonfuls of it into this mixture and stir it up, and you'll see it just adds that creaminess, and really it adds that super savory, sweet, just perfect little to the end of this curry dish. So there it is, secret ingredient. Add a little PB, 1 dollop, and another good dollop there. And you can take it, use your spoon, stir it around. It will melt right off your spoon into the mix there. Yes. Crispy red pepper flakes. Adds a nice little crunch there. That's just sitting on top of a bed of jasmine rice. And yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's dig in. Let's see, get some good veggies here. It's very good. It's very good, and yeah, it's good, and I hope you guys get a chance to try it. If you're looking for something new, something different, a curry style dish that you can make, you can just run to Target, buy the ingredients, and cook the chicken, chop up your veggies, throw them in a pot, and just let it cook. And yeah, you get a really good savory meal. And this is something I like. It's something different than you know, the regular old American style meals. This is something different, but I think it's got an American twist to it. And yeah, it's really, really good, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Mm.